Hey there, welcome. It's Desiree Stafford. Super excited to be here with you today. We're talking about how to create higher end offers that sell. Now, this conversation is actually inspired by a conversation that I had, a session that I had with a client yesterday. And we were looking at her higher end offer that she's creating, and she had a huge range in price. And she was actually going to price the program based on the length of time of the program, which is a big no-no. That comes from feeling like in order to command more, to charge more, we have to over deliver, give more of our time, when the higher end clients who are going to invest, at the 10, at the 30, at the 50 or $100,000 level don't want more of your time. They just want the result, right? They want the result in a way that is more efficient, so it's faster and it's easier than they could have achieved on their own. So I'm going to share with you some tips that should help you create your own higher end programs, whether, like I said, you want to charge $10,000 to $100,000. What I'm going to share with you today will help you do that. All right. Now, the first thing, it's kind of obvious, but I'm going to point it out anyway because it's the first step. You want to understand exactly where your ideal client is right now. Let's actually call this your next level client, because typically, you're at a point where that it's time for you to serve a higher level client, the kind of person who, lights you up, also the kind of person who challenges you to access higher levels of your genius, right? So you want to be thinking in terms of where is this next level client right now in their own journey, right? What is the pain that they're in right now, and where are they desiring to go? Hey, Michelle, how are you? Where are they desiring to go, right? So once you understand where they are now, their pain, and then you understand the promise, where you're taking them to, then you can figure out what steps you need to take those clients through in order for them to get the result, right? What are the steps? And you want to make sure when you're putting steps in, they're not kind of like frivolous things, right? You only need to include steps that are actually valuable to the client, like milestones that they have to achieve in order for them to get the result. So when you look at the steps that are included in your process, you want to be thinking about, why is each step important? Why is it valuable to the client, right? Think about the benefits that the clients will get after they accomplish each step. That will make your program very, very powerful. It will also give you the confidence to know that your program is going to deliver the results that you say it can deliver, which will give you the confidence to stand in your pricing when you get on the phone with someone and they say something like they can't afford it or it's too expensive, whatever the case may be. You then don't have to kind of shrink. You can actually stand really confident in the value of your program and help that prospect get through their fears so that they can choose whether or not they're going to work with you or not, right? They're going to actually pursue the transformation that they say that they want. Make sense? All right. So after you know what the steps are, then you want to figure out, well, how long does a program need to be? Again, so many people come to me thinking that, well, if I'm going to charge more, then I need to take my 90-day program and make it a 6-month program. No, right? Most of the time, what I actually do with clients is they might be charging they might be running a 6-month program, but they're only doing it because they don't feel confident that they can deliver the results in 3 months, right? So when you really look at your steps and what's actually needed to help your client get results, it's then a lot easier for you to scale back the amount of time, which is another thing that makes your programs more valuable, because clients want the results faster, right? So really get clear on how long it's going to take your clients to get results. Please do not drag your program out longer because you think you have to. I remember I actually did that myself, and I tacked on another month at the end of my programs because I was worried that people weren't going to pay for a 90-day program at the price point I was charging, which was total bullshit. It was all my stuff, right? And so it was a disservice to me, and it was a disservice to the client, because here I was dragging them out for another month when they really were done in 90 days, okay? The next thing is you want to think about how you're going to deliver your program. So you want to make sure that you're delivering your programs in a way that is efficient, right? That helps your clients get the results fast, but results are the key, right? So how will you deliver your program in a way that helps your client get results and doesn't burn you out, right? Because that's the last thing we want, is for you to feel like you have to work yourself into exhaustion, because then you won't be able to show up as powerfully as you need to in order to help your clients get the best results. So make sure whatever delivery model you choose, that it's not going to burn you out, but it will help your clients get results. One of the things that most of my clients are concerned with when they think about leveraging is groups, because they don't want to have to have these big groups of like dozens or hundreds of people because they really enjoy working with their clients in an intimate way. I am the same. I love working with my clients in a very high touch way, but you can still accomplish that even in groups. So what I would recommend, if you are wanting to leverage in that way, consider doing intimate groups where maybe it's a dozen people, right? Or a little bit less. And then if you have more clients that you want to serve in a group format, just create a second group, right? So that way you feel like you can really serve your clients powerfully, and they'll get the best results if that's something that you desire. Another option for that is to create like a hybrid group where it is a group, again, an intimate group, but also where you offer your clients some limited one-on-one access to you if that makes you feel better, all right? I have groups like that as well, and I think they work brilliantly. So that's what you want to consider. Like, how do you deliver the program in a way that's going to get amazing results and also not cause you to sacrifice all of your time, right? Because part of the thing, like if you're anything like me or my clients, freedom is important to you. Being able to spend time with the people that you love is important to you. So yes, you want your business to be more successful, and you also want to have more control of your time. Make sense? All right. The last piece of this is your pricing. This is where the most resistance will typically kick up, right? You'll be excited about everything else. You'll be so excited about, where your clients are now and how you're going to get them to the next place and creating all the steps and all that kind of jazz. You'll be so excited about that. And when it comes to the pricing, you might initially feel excited, and then some resistance will typically kick up. Because when we're talking about commanding higher end fees, we're talking about you upping your game in terms of being able to receive on a much higher level, right? And that's the stuff that trips most of us up, which is why it's so important. Like what I said to you, when you go through the steps, understanding why each step is important, understanding the value of each step, like the benefit of each step, because this will really help you stand confident in the transformation your clients will experience as a result of your program, which will then make you feel more confident when it comes to your pricing, right? Because what we don't want to do is raise your fee and then maybe a couple people say no, they can't afford it or whatever it is because you're attracting them because of some old thoughts that you had prior to creating the program, and it's kind of just manifesting now. You don't want to then take that and then back down, right? You don't want to, because I've seen this happen to so many people, raise their fees and then get a couple of no's in the beginning and think, oh, I can't do this, I can't charge high end, and then kind of scale back. Or a lot of times people will come to me already selling at the high end, but they're selling at like the $3,000 or the $5,000 level, and they really want to sell 10K, 30K, 50K, 100K. And then again, fear comes in, right? Like when you are shifting into your next level, you will be confronted with, the inner voice. You will be confronted with your small self, right? And all the stories that you've been telling yourself to keep you small. And so the place that you will feel the most vulnerable is when it comes to your pricing, because you're so far out of your comfort zone when it comes to that. So it's very important that you, even if it takes you days or weeks to really feel confident in whatever it is that you're charging for your program, please stand at that price. Please don't allow yourself to shrink back because you may get a couple of no's, right? Because that's part of the process, right? That's part of the process. So when it comes to pricing, this is not based on the amount of time that you spend with your clients. This is based on the result. It is based on the overall transformation that your clients experience as a result of going through your program, right? If you base it on time, you're treating yourself like you're a commodity, and you're not, right? When one of the things I didn't mention in this process, because it's kind of outside of the scope of what we're talking about today, is really understanding your magic. And what I call your magic is your unique combination of gifts, skills, and talents. When you know what that is, and you can put that into your program, right? Then you realize that you are not a commodity. It doesn't matter if there are, hundreds or thousands of other relationship coaches, transformational coaches, spirituality coaches, business coaches, mindset coaches. It doesn't matter, right? Because none of them can deliver in the way that you can deliver. They can't, which means that you are a prize, right? You are someone who is unique. We're all unique. The problem is most of us don't realize that we're unique because we don't understand what makes us unique. And so then we treat ourselves like a commodity. And so then we think, well, I can't charge, X amount because everyone else in my niche is charging a lower amount. It's not the truth, right? The gap between where you are, like what you're charging right now and what you're bringing in as a result of that, and where you desire to be, is your perception of your value, right? Everything stems from your offer. What you put in your offer, the promise that comes out of the offer, the pricing, all of that, flows through your marketing. It flows through in your sales conversations. It flows through in your coaching sessions with your clients, right? So your offer is, I would say, the most important thing in your business, because without having the right offer, you will struggle to attract leads consistently. You will struggle to, you will probably get clients who get results, but maybe they will get results inconsistently, or maybe they will not be the right clients that you're working with, so they feel kind of heavy and draining. So your offer is the most critical piece of your business. You have to get this right. When you get your offer right, you get your messaging right, right? Which then attracts the better quality clients. It allows you to close sales more consistently. All those things matter, but it all starts from your offer, right? So does anyone have any questions about what I shared today? And I'm looking at what Sazu wrote. All right, why each step is important. Absolutely, right? So what Sazu is referring to is what I just said about, when you go through your program and you think about all the steps that are included, you have to understand why each step is important. You have to understand the benefits of each step. That will also give you more confidence in standing in your feet. Another thing I want to mention is it's very critical to not, how do I want to say this? It's very critical to not overlook really understanding the pain your clients are in right now, the true pain that your ideal clients are in, or your next level clients are in, right? Because as you are going to another level and you're wanting to work with different people, the pain may be similar to the pain that your previous clients were experiencing, but the reason behind the pain could be different, right? So let's say, for example, you used to work with people who were new in whatever industry you support. Like, let's say you're a coach like I am, a business coach like I am, and you used to work with clients who were just getting started in their business. And so they weren't, making the kind of sales that they wanted. For someone who's just getting started in business and they're not making sales, there could be a whole host of reasons why they're not making sales, right? Typically, they don't have the confidence, they don't have any program put together at all, they don't know how to market, right? So those are some of the issues that type of client will have. Now, when you decide to go to the next level, you could also be wanting to work with clients who are not making the level of sales that they want, but the reason behind that could be different, or actually will be different than if it was someone who was just getting started in business. Typically, someone like people that I help, typically the reason they're not making the sales that they want is oftentimes they're very bored with their current offer. Sometimes they put together an offer that they thought they had to put together in order to get clients and make sales, and they've gotten themselves up to 6 figures. But at this point, they're like, no, I want to do something that feels more in alignment. And so they don't have the energy and enthusiasm behind their offer anymore, which is another reason why it doesn't sell. Sometimes it's because all of the marketing strategies that they had grown accustomed to stop converting for them, right? So there could be different reasons, there are different reasons why someone who has achieved a certain level of success and feels stuck is not getting the level of sales that they want versus someone who's brand new in the marketplace. So you have to understand where your clients actually are and what's causing the pain for them, so you know what steps to put into your program to help them get to the end result that they desire. You also really want to understand where they want to be, truly understand those desires, get very specific about what some of those desires are, and understand the gap between where they are now and where they desire to be. Because your value comes in closing that gap, right? Closing that gap for them quicker and easier than they could do on their own. Because if you think about the fact that your people have tried to solve their problem before, they've probably invested in other coaches, maybe they've attended seminars, they have or workshops, and they read books, they're doing all of these things, and in the meantime, while that problem is not being solved, in whatever area of their life is being impacted, things are getting worse, and they're getting worse by the day, right? So you really want to understand the gap, because the gap is really the cost of them staying where they are. The gap is really the cost of them not getting your help, right? So you have to understand that, and when you do, not only will you be able to stand confidently in your fee, not only will you be able to trust in your ability to deliver at that level, but your level of excitement, your level of enthusiasm will actually open up the floodgates of clients, of leads coming to you, right? That doesn't mean that you don't go out and you know, market and do the things that you have to do, but your energy is part of what allows you to attract clients. I mean, most of you already know that. So you want to make sure that you are on fire for your offer. You are on fire for what it is that you do for people, because that will make your success a lot more easy, or a lot easier. All right. So who has questions for me about what I've shared? All right. Hey, Antonia, how are you? So Sazu says, how to deliver your program. This is one piece people forget. Absolutely. You know, a lot of people get stuck when they're wanting to scale to the next level because they're afraid of the overwhelm. They're already burnt out where they're at, which is why how you choose to deliver your service is so important, and why we spent some time on that earlier in terms of making sure that you deliver it in a way that obviously helps your clients get amazing results, but doesn't cause you to sacrifice your quality of life. Because if you do, then you will have some subconscious resistance to actually taking on more clients, to actually growing your business. So all of that's really important. Thanks for reminding us of that, Sazu. So if no one else has any questions, I'm going to wrap up today. If you would like some support with scaling your business, if you're already at 6 figures or you're very close to 6 figures and you're wanting to get to your next level, we're talking about you know, being able to create offers at $10,000 to $100,000, and you want some support with that, please reach out to me at DesireeStafford.com/session, or send me a private message and we can have a quick chat to see if, you know, if I can or how I can help you. Cool? All right. Until we speak, I hope you guys are up to big, bold things in your life and in your business. Take care.